Hi everyone, welcome back to Freestyling Food. Today I just wanted to make a video on making rice in the Instant Pot. So for those of you not familiar, an Instant Pot is a pressure cooker. It's just a branded pressure cooker. The one that I have is the IP Lux, so the Instant Pot Lux. And when I get down here so you can see a little better, so the Instant Pot basically will take something and it pressurizes it so that way it'll cook a lot faster. So you can see here on the Instant Pot there's a lot of different settings. There's a soup and broth setting, meat and stew. There's a cake setting. I've never tried that before. There's an egg setting, so you can make a like boiled eggs or something like that in the Instant Pot. There's a saute setting, so on the inside there's a pot liner and it will heat the bottom up so you can actually saute or brown meat or vegetables in it before, say, you put your broth in to pressure cook it. Then over here there is a slow cook setting, so you can use that. This can function as a slow cooker or a crock pot of sorts. There's a steam button, so that you can buy accessories. You can get a steam basket, steam it here, porridge button, multi-grain button, and the one I'm going to be using today is the rice button. So what you do is you put your rice in, and then you put your rice, your water, whatever you want to do, then you push your rice button and it will come up to pressure, cook your rice, release the pressure, and give you perfect rice every time. So I'm going to go away real quick so I can put the camera on the tripod so I can show you what I'm going to do to get my rice ready. So be right back. Alright, I'm back. So I have my rice here, and what I'm going to use is some jasmine rice. So I'm just going to do a cup of rice today. So I'm going to do first, I'm going to start by measuring out. And it doesn't really matter what you measure the rice in. I'm just going to put it in here. Actually, I think I might go ahead and do 2 cups just to make sure I have plenty. We're going to be making sushi later on, and I'm not going to be videoing that because that's still something I'm trying to kind of work on and learn how to do. But I want to make the rice for it, so I think I'm going to do 2 of these. So what I'm going to do is just come over the sink so I don't spill the rice all over, and I'm just going to fill this up with 1 cup of rice. Alright, and actually I need to get a strainer real quick. I'm going to grab a strainer because what I want to do is rinse the rice to get all the starch off of it. So here's my cup of rice that I just poured. I'm going to dump it here into the strainer. Alright, I'm going to set it aside, set the strainer aside so I can get my 2nd cup of rice. Pour that in. Alright, so that's about 2 cups. See, I did spill a little rice there, so it's nice to have it over the sink so that way I don't have a mess later on to be cleaning rice up. So I'm going to go ahead and dump my 2nd cup of rice in. I'm going to set my cup aside because I'm going to need some water in a little bit. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to rinse my rice, and I'll try to show you while I'm doing that. Turn the water on real quick. But if you look, I don't know if you can tell, but the water coming out of it is a little bit milky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rinse this rice, and I'm just going to get in here with my hand, toss it around, and now you can really, I can't get it up for you to see, but now I can really tell that the rice, the water coming out through the colander is definitely very white and milky. So I'm going to rinse this off to get that water coming off of it as clear as possible. So I'm just going to do it back and forth a little bit. We're getting there though. And this will kind of help you make that good sticky rice that you need for sushi. Alright, take a look, toss it around a little bit, see how we're doing here. I'm getting the starch off the rice. Alright. See how it's looking here. It's still a little bit milky, so I'm going to keep rinsing it off a little bit more. And I don't always rinse the rice like I'm just making every day, like just rice for like a rice and gravy or something like that. I don't really rinse it all the time. But for this application, what I'm going to use it for, especially when I don't usually use jasmine rice that much, I usually just use like a long grain rice that you get at the grocery store. But today we're going to use the jasmine rice because for sushi a shorter grain usually does a little better. Alright, so now the water coming through is fairly clear. So now I'm going to come over here back to the Instant Pot. Actually, I'm going to set the rice aside for just a moment on this towel so it can kind of drain a little bit. And I'm going to show you the Instant Pot. So I'm going to turn you around here, and this is where the Instant Pot is. So I'm going to try to do this kind of, move some things out of the way, do this at an angle here. So I'm going to plug the Instant Pot in, and you'll see it kind of make noise and light up. And right now it's got off because it's plugged in, but it's not doing anything. So I'm going to take the top off, and I like the little chime that it makes. So you'll hear it, and then when you take it off, it'll kind of ding at you. I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to pull this out. So this is where your food will go. It'll go in this metal liner right here. So I'm going to come over here and get the rice that I just got all of the starch off of it, and I'm going to dump it right here into the pot. So dump it in. Alright, try to get all those grains out. So right now I've got essentially wet rice right here in the bottom of the pot. Now what I want to do, because I've got 2 cups of rice, a lot of times when you cook rice on the stove, you'll want to use double the amount of water. So since I use 2 cups of rice on the stove, I would want to use 4 cups of water. But actually I find on the Instant Pot it's better to use less water. So I think I'm just going to use 3 cups. So I'm going to fill up the same measuring cup, because it's more a ratio. It's not actual weight cups or volume cups or liquid cups. So I'm just going to pour 1. I think I'm just going to do about 3 for this. There's the second one. And 1 more. The third one. Right there. Then I'll just kind of stir it around a little bit just to get everything set there. Alright. So now I've got my water and I've got my rice. And this rice, I think it'll be alright. It still looks a little milky, but I think it'll be okay. We're going to go ahead and give it a shot. So I'm going to go ahead now, I'm going to put it into the Instant Pot. And I think actually I'm going to see if I can get over here behind where the camera is. So I'm going to move the camera over just a little bit so I can get some salt, because I do want to put a little salt in the rice too. So I'm just going to sprinkle, just a little, not too much. I just want to give it a little bit of flavor. So I sprinkle a little bit of salt in there. Alright. Because we'll be seasoning, since I'm doing this for sushi, we'll also be putting some sugar and some rice wine vinegar in. So I'm not too worried about it having an ample amount of salt. So now I'm going to get the lid back. I'm going to line it up, and you'll hear it make its noise. And when you get it on right, you'll hear it do this. And now you want to make sure that the spout on the back. Let's see if I can bring this forward and show. See if I can get it. This spout that's up in the top, you'll see it kind of in the corner. The little knob, you want it pointing towards the closed. So I have it towards the sealing section, so it's up here on the top. So you want the handle to be pointing to sealing. Then I'm just going to come over here and hit rice. And for rice, it says it's going to take 10 minutes, but you have to allow for the time. So you just let it sit, and eventually it will beep. So we'll wait. So there it beeps. Now it says on. So now it's going to start building up pressure. Now it's not going to actually be finished 10 minutes from now. You have to wait for the pressure to build up. So it takes time for that to happen. And then when the pressure is built up enough to cook the rice, then the display will put the 10 minutes back on, and it will start counting down. So as it cooks, as the pot heats up, comes to pressure, starts cooking the rice, you'll see the timer start counting down right here. And then when it's finished, then it will beep to let you know that it's all done, and it'll tell you on the display here. I think it, if I remember right, it goes to a keep warm setting, because that's another good thing about the Instant Pot. If you cook something in it, you can cook it and then just leave it on the keep warm setting, and it will keep your food warm, so you don't have to worry about trying to heat it up later on. Or so it's good if you have people maybe eating at different times, it'll keep it warm. So I'm just going to let this go. I'm going to let it go for the 10 minutes, and then when it beeps, then I'll show you the fun part, the part that I like the best. So we'll be back when this is all done cooking. Alright, we're back, and the Instant Pot has finished cooking the rice. So now you can tell what it will do. I didn't realize I didn't get the camera on in time, but it will beep several times to let you know that it's finished, and now it will start a count up. So I don't know if you can see the light here, but this is the keep warm button. So now it's going to start a count up of how it keeps it warm. But right now, if I tried to open the lid, see the lid, I can't turn it. And the reason for that is because it just finished cooking. The pressure is still built up. So this is my favorite part. What I like to do is now I will hit the vent button that I'm put onto sealed at the top. So see, you can already, I'm going to tilt it up, tilt the camera up a little bit so you can see. So if I bump it, you can see it starts to, you can hear it, it starts to, so I'm going to hit the button and you're going to see the steam from the pressure inside start going. So I'm going to bump it and try to do it without burning myself. And so now it starts going up, and actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to knock it back over there, because I have cabinets up above, so I don't want the liquid to go all over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take just a towel here and I'm going to put it over, so that way it will kind of, the towel will soak up the steam as it comes out, and it will kind of disperse it so it won't get all over my cabinet. So I'm going to hit the knob again, and I'm just going to let it come up, and I'm going to let the steam come down, and then there's a little part in the back that keeps the lid closed, and so when the pressure goes down to where it's safe to open the lid, that will fall down, so then you'll be able to turn the lid. So we're just going to give it a little bit of time here. It shouldn't take too long, and I'll be quiet here so maybe you can hear when the thing goes down. You'll hear it fall down into the, not yet. I'm going to go ahead and take the towel off, because now it's done enough there. I'm going to try, I haven't heard it fall, but it looks like it may have gone down, so I'm going to try. So yeah, so see now the lid is loose, so now I'll be able to turn it. And then when you open it, so I'm over on this side, I want to open it towards me so that way any steam will go out away from me, unless you want a free Instant Pot rice cooker facial. So I'm going to go ahead and take the top off, and you'll hear it. And I'm going to pull it off slowly because there'll be condensation on the lid, so I don't want that to get on me. So there's the lid, and it's very hot, so I'm going to set it down. And I'm going to take the camera here, I'm going to show you the rice. Now it's probably going to fog the lens up, so I won't be able to show too much, but I'll take it off here and see if I can show you the rice. So here it is, and it's all cooked and feels nice and sticky. So now the Instant Pot, we're going to put you back on the tripod here. The Instant Pot actually, since it's a rice cooker, among other things, it actually comes with a little fluffer to get your rice, so you can fluff your rice up. So I'm going to actually grab my towel that I was using for the steam, so I can take this out. And I think actually, so it doesn't mess my counters up, I'm going to get just a little pot holder to set the liner on when I take it out. So there it is. I'm going to move this out the way. And I'll go ahead and hit, well, I'll leave it on because I think I'm going to put it back in because I'm not quite ready for the rice yet. But I'm going to tilt it up here, and I'm just going to come through and just kind of fluff up the rice. And it's nice and sticky, so hopefully this will be good for sushi. We're going to give it a try a little later. So yeah, that's all there is to it, to making rice in the Instant Pot. And so I'm just going to set it in here. Actually, I'm going to give it a little taste. I want to see if it's, oh, it's very hot. I think that'll work. So what I'm going to do, till I'm ready for it, I'm going to set the fluffing scoop. I'm just going to put it back in here and put the liner back in. And I'm just going to put the lid back on. And I'll just let it, so sometimes it's a little hard to get the lid on because the closing mechanism wants to pop back up when with the steam. So I'm just going to put it back on. You can just leave the vent open because now it's just going to warm. It's not going to try to build up pressure again. But this will actually now keep your food in the Instant Pot warm until you're ready for it. So I'm just going to let it sit till I'm ready to go for it. And also I noticed too, one thing that I like is the Instant Pot. Now it's warm on the side and it's very hot on the inside, but I can put my hand here and it just feels warm. See, I can just leave it right there and I'm not getting burned or anything. Now if you touch the top, that's a different story. The metal on the top is still pretty hot, but you can touch the side and it doesn't burn you, it's just warm. So yeah, so that's how you make rice in the Instant Pot. So if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe here to the channel, and make sure that you ring the bell beside the subscribe button so you'll be notified every time that there's a new video uploaded to the channel. And also down below in the comments, if you have an Instant Pot, make sure that you let us know what you like to make in your Instant Pot and link any recipes that your favorite recipes so everybody can give it a try that has an Instant Pot. So that's all for today. That's Instant Pot rice cooker, and we'll see you next time.